Viva Guide, the Penal Code. Question: what is the name of the act when it was came into force? Answer: the act may be called the Penal Code 1860, and it came into force on the 6th day of October 1860. Question: what is common intention? Answer: Section 34 of the Penal Code, when a criminal act is done by several persons in furtherance of the common intention of all, each of such person is liable for that act in the same manner as if it were done by him alone. Question: how many kinds of punishment in Penal Code? Answer: as per Section 53 of the Penal Code, there are 5 types of punishment in Penal Code: death, imprisonment for life, imprisonment, forfeiture of property, and fine. Question: describe the rights of private defense of the body and of property. Answer: Section 97 of the Penal Code, every person has a right subject to the restrictions contained in Section 99 to defend firstly his own body and the body of any other person against any offense affecting the human body. Secondly, the property, whether movable or immovable, of himself or any other person against any act which is an offense, is falling under the definition of theft, robbery, mischief, or criminal trespass, or which is an attempt to commit theft, robbery, mischief, or criminal trespass. Question: when the right of private defense of the body extends to causing death? Answer: according to Section 100 of the Penal Code, the right of private defense of the body extends under the restrictions mentioned in the last preceding section to the voluntary causing of death or of any other harm to the assailant if the offense which occasions the existence of the right be of any of the descriptions hereinafter enumerated, namely, firstly, such an assault as may reasonably cause the apprehension that death will otherwise be the consequence of such assault. Secondly, such assault as may reasonably cause the apprehension that grievous hurt will otherwise be the consequence of such assault. Thirdly, an assault with the intention of committing rape. Fourthly, an assault with the intention of gratifying unnatural lust. Fifthly, an assault with the intention of kidnapping or abducting. Sixthly, an assault with the intention of wrongfully confining a person under circumstances which may reasonably cause him to apprehend that he will be unable to have recourse to the public authorities for his release. Question: describe abatement. Answer: as per the Section 114 of the Penal Code, whenever any person who is absent would be liable to be punished as an abettor is present when the act or offense for which he would be punishable in consequence of the abatement is committed, he shall be deemed to have committed such act of offense. Question: describe of criminal conspiracy. Answer: according to Section 120A of the Penal Code, when 2 or more persons agree to do or cause to be done, number 1, an illegal act, or number 2, an act which is not illegal by illegal means, such an agreement is designated a criminal conspiracy. Who is a member of unlawful assembly? Answer: as per the Section 142 of the Penal Code, whoever, being aware of the facts which render any assembly an unlawful assembly, intentionally joins that assembly or continues in it, is said to be a member of that unlawful assembly. Question: how a member of unlawful assembly will be guilty? Answer: as per the Section 149 of the Penal Code, if an offense is committed by any person, any member of that unlawful assembly in prosecution of the common object of that assembly, or such as the members of that assembly knew to be likely to be committed in prosecution of that object, every person who at the time of the committing of that offense is a member of the same assembly is guilty of that offense. Question: what is the punishment for false charge of offense made with intent of injury? Answer: as per the section 211 of the Penal Code, whoever with intent to cause injury to any person institutes or causes to be instituted any criminal proceedings against that person or falsely charges any person with having committed an offense, knowing that there is no just or lawful ground for such proceeding or charge against that person, shall be punished with imprisonment of either discretion for a term which may extend to 2 years, or with fine, or with both. And if such criminal proceeding be instituted on a false charge of an offense punishable with death, imprisonment for life, or imprisonment for 7 years or upwards, shall be punishable with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years, and shall also be liable to fine. Question: what is culpable homicide? Answer: as per the section 299 of the Penal Code, whoever causes death by doing an act with the intention of causing death, or with the intention of causing such bodily injury as is likely to cause death, or with the knowledge that he is likely by such act to cause death, commits the offense of culpable homicide. Question: define murder. Answer: as per the section 300 of the Penal Code, except in the cases hereinafter accepted, culpable homicide is murder if the act by which the death is caused is done with the intention of causing death, or secondly, if it is done with the intention of causing such bodily injury as the offender knows to be likely to cause the death of the person to whom the harm is caused, or thirdly, if it is done with the intention of causing bodily injury to any person and the bodily injury intended to be inflicted is sufficient in the ordinary course of nature to cause death, or fourthly, if the person committing the act knows that it is so eminently dangerous that it must in all probability cause death, or such bodily injury as is likely to cause death, and commits such act without any excuse for incurring the risks of causing death or such injury as aforesaid. Question: define attempt to murder. Answer: as per the section 307 of the Penal Code, whoever does any act with such intention or knowledge and under such circumstances that if he by that act cause death, he would be guilty of murder, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years, and shall also be liable to fine. And if hurt is caused to any person by such act, the offender shall be liable either to imprisonment for life, or to such imprisonment, such punishment as is herein before mentioned. Question: what is causing hurt? Answer: as per the section 319 of the Penal Code, whoever causes bodily pain, disease, or infirmity to any person is said to cause hurt. Question: what is grievous hurt? Answer: as per the section 320 of the Penal Code, the following kinds of hurt are designated as grievous. Firstly, emasculation. Secondly, permanent privation of sight of either eye. Thirdly, permanent privation of hearing of either ear. Fourthly, privation of any member or joint. Fifthly, destruction or permanent impairing of the powers of any member or joint. Sixthly, permanent disfiguration of the head or face. Seventhly, fracture or dislocation of a bone or tooth. Fifthly, eighthly, any hurt which endangers life or which causes the sufferer to be during the space of 20 days in severe bodily pain or unable to follow his ordinary pursuits. Question: what is assault? Answer: as per the section 351 of the Penal Code, whoever makes any gesture or any preparation intending of knowing it to be likely that such gesture or preparation will cause any person present to apprehend that he who makes that gesture or preparation is about to use criminal force to that person is said to commit an assault. Question: define abduction. Answer: as per the section 362 of the Penal Code, whoever by force, compels, or by any deceitful means induces any person to go from any place is said to abduct that person. Question: define rape. Answer: as per the section 375 of the Penal Code, a man is said to commit rape who, except in the case hereinafter accepted, has a sexual intercourse with a woman under circumstances falling under any of the 5 following descriptions. Firstly, against her will. Secondly, without her consent. Thirdly, with her consent, when her consent has been obtained by putting her in fear of death or of hurt. Fourthly, with her consent, when the man knows that he is not her husband and that her consent is given because she believes that he is another man to whom she is or believes herself to be lawfully married. Fifthly, with or without her consent when she is under 14 years of age. Question: narrate unnatural offense. Answer: as per the section 373 of the Penal Code, whoever buys, hires, or otherwise obtains possession of any person under the age of 18 years with intent that such person shall at any age be employed or used for the purpose of prostitution or illicit intercourse with any person or for any unlawful and immoral purpose, or knowing it to be likely that such person will at any age be employed or used for any such purpose, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years and shall also be liable to fine. Question: define theft. Answer: as per the section 378 of the Penal Code, whoever intending to take dishonestly any immovable property out of the possession of any person without that person's consent moves that property in order to such taking is said to commit theft. Question: what is extortion? Answer: as per the section 383 of the Penal Code, whoever intentionally puts any person in fear of any injury to that person or to any other person and thereby dishonestly induces the person so put in fear to give donation or subscription of any kind, or to deliver to any person any property or valuable security or anything signed or sealed with which may be converted into a valuable security, commits extortion. Question: what is dacoity? Answer: as per the section 391 of the Penal Code, when 5 or more persons conjointly commit or attempt to commit a robbery, or where the whole number of persons conjointly committing or attempting to commit a robbery and persons present and aiding such commission or attempt amount to 5 or more, every person so committing, attempting, or aiding is said to commit dacoity. Question: what is criminal breach of trust? Answer: as per the section 405 of the Penal Code, whoever being in any manner entrusted with property or with any dominion over property dishonestly appropriates or converts to his own use that property, or dishonestly uses or disposes of that property in violation of any direction of law prescribing the mode in which such trust is to be discharged, or of any legal contract express or implied which he has made touching the discharge of such trust, or willfully suffers any other person so to do, commits criminal breach of trust. Question: what is stolen property? Answer: as per the section 410 of the Penal Code, property the possession whereof has been transferred by theft or by extortion or by robbery, and property which has been criminally misappropriated or in respect of which criminal breach of trust has been committed is designated as a stolen property, whether the transfer has been made or the misappropriation or breach of trust has been committed within or without Bangladesh. But if such property subsequently comes into the possession of a person legally entitled to the possession thereof, it then ceases to be stolen property. Question: what is cheating? Answer: as per the section 415 of the Penal Code, whoever by deceiving any person fraudulently or dishonestly induces that person so deceived to deliver any property to any person, or to consent that any person shall retain any property, or intentionally induces the person so deceived to do or omit to do anything which he would not do or omit if he were not so deceived, and which act or omission causes or is likely to cause damage or harm to that person in body, mind, reputation or property, is said to cheat. Question: what is criminal trespass? Answer: as per the section 441 of the Penal Code, whoever enters into or upon property in the possession of another with intent to commit an offense or to intimidate, assault or annoy any person in the possession of such property, or having lawfully entered into or upon such property, unlawfully remains there with intent thereby to intimidate and insult or annoy any such person, or with intent to commit an offense, is said to commit criminal trespass. Question: what is forgery? Answer: as per the section 463 of the Penal Code, whoever makes any false document or part of a document with intent to cause damage or injury to the public or to any person, or to support any claim or title, or to cause any person to part with property, or to enter into any express or implied contract, or with intent to commit fraud, or that fraud may be committed, commits forgery. Question: what is defamation? Answer: as per the section 499 of the Penal Code, whoever by words either spoken or intended to be read, or by signs or by visual representation, makes or publishes any imputation concerning any person intending to harm, or knowing or having reason to believe that such imputation will harm the reputation of such person, is said, except in the case hereinafter accepted, to defame that person. Question: define criminal intimidation. Answer: as per the section 503 of the Penal Code, whoever threatens another person with any injury or to his person, reputation or property, or to the person or reputation of anyone in whom that person is interested, with intent to cause to alarm to that person, or to cause that person to do any act which is not legally bound to do, or to omit to do any act which that person is legally entitled to do, as the means of avoiding the execution of such threat, commits criminal intimidation. Thank you, viewers.